Welcome to the show. This is the Moon Boys Podcasts. Moon Boys Podcast. My name's Theo, and nothing here is financial advice. We are not financial advisors, just some guys on the internet. Today, I am joined by Coke, Rebellion Music, and Imagine Aksel. Welcome to the show, everybody, including Coke.
Yo.
Hey guys, check. Glad to be here again. I've been absent for quite some time, so making appearance every now and then. Happy to be here. Also, this is not financial advice. I will speak about tokens that I care about. That's for sure. So bond your RUNE, buy your RUNE, and if you have time, we can come back to RUNE token. But otherwise, Rebellion, up to you.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, nice. I haven't been here for a long time. I'm just.
Have you ever been on the show before?
Not. Like a long time ago. I was like a couple of times I tried to come on. I was walking, and so it was really noisy with the mics and stuff like that. So, and then a couple of times I was working, so it was always like listening to me scraping paint or something. So it was
That's
always.
right. I think I remember
that. So, but yeah, BSV is pumping, so I'm back.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. So, having segue to PSV, what's been going on PSV? Because I mean, I don't know about Theo. I've been really critical about PSV. Do you have some news there? What's going on? What's the latest news there?
Well, right now the latest news is all about Terranode, which is they've rebuilt the Bitcoin nodes from the ground up to enable massive scaling. So Terranode, like before it was the SPV node. Now they're testing Terranode to scale Bitcoin to 1 million transactions per second. So Terranode's being tested, and it's listening in on the blockchain, and it's making blocks, but it's not widely released yet. They're still working out some bugs.
So what has it been for the decentralized community? What's the upside? Why PSV? Is it? I guess it's faster, but what's about inflation? What's about the tokenomics? If you have this elevator speech, you have like 2 minutes to win me over, or yeah, what is it?
Well, BSV is Bitcoin, right? So the tokenomics is the same as Bitcoin. It's 21 million. It's deflationary. Essentially, like with the BSV, what they forked off of BTC and BCH because of the block size. So the difference being that BSV you can get blocks up to 4 gigabytes in size.
Right.
With unlimited transactions, right? So
I would say, like, let's assume we have this Nike company that makes shoes, and one of those designers there makes his own company. He doesn't become Nike right away. So I feel like PSV is kind of in the same trenches. It doesn't become bit. You phrase the sentence like BSV is a Bitcoin. I am strongly against that. So why you think it's a Bitcoin, or what's the on the side? Why do you think it's as good as Bitcoin or even better?
well, it follows the original protocol. Like, it's a fork, right? So I mean, maybe it has to work to become Bitcoin. It's I'm pretty new to the whole crypto space. So 1 year in, I'm just learning about these things. But when there was the block size wars and Bitcoin forked into BSV and BCH, they were all still considered Bitcoin, but there were like forks, and so BSV is still running the original protocol. So they're building Bitcoin according to the white paper. There's no SegWit, there's no taproots. Like, everything is done on chain, on the Bitcoin chain. It's all layer one. All the scaling is being done on layer one. Everything is on the Bitcoin network.
Okay,
Peer-to-peer, fast transactions, like everything is is being done on the layer
But-
one. So that's kind of the difference.
Yeah, there's been Taproot, and I think those updates, the Bitcoin layer has been actually really good ones. And why you have a first of all, do you have a stance that BSV or Bitcoin should not advance? And if so, why you think it should not be advanced? Because the world is evolving. In the beginning, we had cars and whatever it happened, but every year, decade, the cars got even better, and the people are happy with the better products. So why you think that this holding strong hold to the beginning ethos is important?
Well, no, I think it is advancing. For for Bitcoin to be able to scale, that's the advancement, right? And they say that with the Terra node, it's gonna be able to do all the transactions of all the blockchains on the Bitcoin blockchain, which is kind of like the original idea, right? To cut out all the third parties. So, I think the advancement is scaling on the layer one because of its inherent security and the whole idea of the triple ledger accounting, where everything is accounted for.
Okay.
And
Because
anything you can go back and look at and verify.
yeah, that's the key for Bitcoin. So you have this immutable ledger, but as a technology, I think everything has to be advancing. And I love how we had as a your wizard on the chat mentioned, we had the Lightning Network. I love that Lightning Network tried to advance and make this protocol better. It never kind of materialized because I think there's too much friction, and I still struggle because you've been on our Discord, our YouTube lives as well a couple of times. I still struggle to understand why is the BSV better than Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin as well, in a hindsight, it hasn't materialized what it was supposed to be, peer-to-peer cash. It seems this is not going to happen because Michael Saylor and the nation states like El Salvador, they're just hoarding Bitcoin. So Bitcoin never kind of got the friction of being the peer-to-peer cash. It seems like it's more going to the side of being the internet of the gold of internet, or the gold of the blockchain. So
I think it has to do with the amount of transactions, which would be the key. If it's going to be replacing, for example, like they say, replacing the global economic network, then 7 transactions per second, 1 million transactions per second isn't really going to do anything, right? You need the scale and the ability to scale, and I think that's what the BSV blockchain is offering. Something like they're trying to scale to 1 million transactions per second just to start. Because if everything is, if say, for example, the stock markets are tokenized and cash is tokenized and gold is tokenized, right? You're gonna need massive scale to enable everything to run securely.
Absolutely. So is PSV going to be a layer on top of Bitcoin in your view, or is it going to challenge Bitcoin to be the base layer, like this fundamental layer of the denomination of the assets or the whatever?
Yeah, I think they're according to the BSV Association, they want to be the layer, the internet of everything. So all blockchains are going to be running on the Bitcoin network, on the BSV network, because because it's so fast and scalable, right? And secure. It's so that's what they're hoping for, is that'll be the base layer of everything.
But
So-
Okay.
Oh, cool. That's good.
I will finish mine. Let's say it's going to be the fastest, but you have the fastest payment rails. Like you tap the button, and before you tap the button, the guy in India already got your cash. Like it even sees in the future, so it's so fast. But it loses valuation real time. By real time, I mean against US dollar. Even it's kind of embarrassing against US dollar. It's losing valuation. So what is the upside if you let's see, you tap the send the money from my friend, he got the money before I push the send, but he lose. But in the long run, you lose the value of this asset. That's the thing. That's the biggest concern for me.
Yeah, but I think that's the same with all crypto, and so that's
It's
why
not.
I mean,
For Bitcoin,
that's
it's not.
well, no,
It's
but
clearly
Bitcoin, I can send you a Bitcoin yesterday, and it was worth like $90,000. But or like 2 weeks ago, it was worth $70,000 or $80,000, right? Like that's why I guess they have the stable coins, so that the money kind of remains the same because of the. But that's the same in every crypto.
I mean, maybe Theo can push up the stable coin against Bitcoin share, so USD against Bitcoin. It kind of has been going up last 13 years, 15 years. So I think that's not. It's Bitcoin still pushes up. Axel's had something to say.
Yeah. Hey, how are? Nice to meet you first.
Oh yeah, you too, man, for sure.
Hey, how are you? So, with BSV, I mean, it's a fork, right? And so you're very bullish on it, or what's your stance?
Well, like I said, like I came into Bitcoin only like for the last year, and so just in doing my research, I'm just finding like for me, it feels like I can use it potentially in the future for what I want my Bitcoin business to be, for example, or it's
what would that be?
Well, I don't have an exact business yet for the BSV blockchain, but like I'm an entrepreneur. I just have a painting business right now, and so for me to be able to like put my business on the blockchain, I'd say it's not that it's not like a digital business, so it doesn't make that much sense right now. But like just like putting my websites and that kind of stuff on there, it doesn't really make that much sense. But like, and I don't have any developing like as far as technical skills for developing a blockchain app or that kind of stuff, right? But like but I think like for us, like I do a lot of music with Theo, so like for us to be able to stream our music on Bitcoin and be able to be paid instantly and fast, and anyone can stream anywhere around the world, right? Pardon?
Yeah, I didn't know much about BSV except that it was a fork. I just did a little bit of research on it, just using GPT, and I guess that I mean, it's never going to challenge Bitcoin. That's just a fact. Main Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's king, and it might have some utility, but the true value of king of Bitcoin is the network, is the people, and the amount of. I mean, that's what it is. So if BSV is faster, or they're going through another technology, I would say it's not really competing with Bitcoin per se, but other layer ones that may have perhaps more evolved technologies. I'm not saying there's not a niche for it, and they could definitely carve out a niche. But looking at like the founder, there was some controversy, and there was some other issues that had come up. So just from a whole holistic standpoint, it's definitely a good blockchain. There's just so much in the space. You know,
And I will even tap in. Why not accept like dollars on ETH, on Matic, on Solana? Why venture out to Bitcoin? Because dollar is like a more widely accepted currency. I think it's easier for people. Like if you go out of like those markets where you sell your you said you sell music, art. I think for people like I accept dollars on Solana, I accept dollars on ETH. It feels like less friction than instead of saying like, "Hey, can you send me BSV on blockchain?"
Yeah, I mean, like I guess there's a little bit of idealism, right?
True,
Because
I can feel that,
you
but
know,
yeah,
like I heard it explained that like it's still proof of work, right? And so that leaves it open to anyone, anywhere, like perpetually, because you'll always be able to get some Bitcoin and build on the Bitcoin network, which is not necessarily true for a proof of stake, because in a proof of stake ecosystem, the stakers are concentrating the wealth more and more in their hands, right? So
yeah, absolutely. But Bitcoin will stay proof of work forever because that's the whole the
well,
whole thesis.
yeah, no, I know, and that's and that's why I feel like it. I really like. I'm just a year in, and I have really nothing to lose. I don't know that I'm gonna make $1 million building or doing anything within the crypto world other than maybe trading or copy trading some stuff. But I feel like
but you're an
the
artist.
the
That's
key would be
beautiful.
to build something. The key would be to build something, and if we're gonna build something, it would be better built on the Bitcoin network because it's proof of work, and then that'll keep the access open in a way.
It's yes. I mean, if I could give you some unsolicited advice, I mean,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been in this for many years. I've dug deep into white papers. I've launched my own things. I'm building AI systems. I mean, you want to go
We
to the
have won money, we have lost money.
yeah. We've round trip stuff. We've been hacked. We've been scammed. We've done well.
I've
We've
never
done.
been hacked. Don't
I
hack me, guys.
wasn't, but Binance was.
Oh, when? What? Binance? Since when?
That's a whole nother. I mean, there was they hacked the trading keys
Was it the ETH
for.
transfer that happened recently?
No, this is a long time ago. It
No,
was
Oh,
That
actually
was
okay.
my bad.
favored.
I think it was
Yeah,
the
it was
API
all over the
keys.
news. But that's another story for another time. But anyway, I mean, the best thing I can say is yes, you can become a millionaire with Bitcoin and with crypto per se, and you're an artist, which is fantastic. I mean, that now you're at a whole nother level than other people because art is creativity, and creativity is what I would forget about these blockchain technology stuff. Focus on your art and go where the people are, and the people are in abstract right now. That's a number one consumer blockchain. Go there, stream on there, stream your music, mint your NFTs, make your paintings something that's collectible. You can really do some amazing stuff and leave the technology for the techno guys. I don't even consider myself a tech guy. I mean, even though I make tech, I mean, I'm talking to people who know like.
But isn't abstract like abstract like it? Abstract is same as like Matic. Go Matic, do Matic, Matic died out. Go Avalanche. Oh, Avalanche died out. Go.
Avalanche
But
is
none
still
of
good.
those guys are at Walmart.
I haven't abstract being I'm Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Guys, haven't abstract like to be like last 1 month. Haven't abstract been the thing, but the thing.
I mean, Lucas Nets. I met him. I met the founder, Lucas Nets, at WAGMI in Miami. It's not going anywhere. These guys got backed by big money. They're in Walmart. I mean,
no. Saying like I met the founder is like
but I saw him speak and stuff. Like
I bought into the Manchiski. He said Canadian pension
Alex
funds
Mashinsky.
are in Alex Mantinsky. Canadian pension funds are investing, guys, and they have done their due diligence. So don't. If somebody says like I met I met the founder, it for me it's zero. It is zero.
Well, I
I'm
had a
sorry, but
chance
it's
to
zero.
speak, and I'm very much about people and seeing what
That's
they're
good.
about and meeting. So
Alex
that's one good thing.
was a person. The FTX guy was a person.
Yeah, I know.
These are the person who are in the jail. So I know, I have nothing against you. Just about using this as an argument's sake, I would.
Well, it's a place for if he's an artist and he wants to promote his NFTs and music, it's a good place to do it. That's all.
Debatable.
Well, it could be, yeah. I mean, it is debatable, but what I like, I mean, show me Pudgy Penguins. They're all over the place in Walmart, consumer. They have deals coming out with
but nobody says they're going to. Nobody says they're going to run out. I've never met Satoshi Nakamoto, but apparently he's a great guy. Blockchain is great, so
that's debatable.
I'm not talking about the technology per se,
but
and it's just another layer 2. But the way it's made open for consumer crypto shows that it has, and it's not like it's just a platform. So
actually,
people are doing all sorts of random stuff.
I have to be honest. I haven't tapped into the abstract itself. So maybe you can give me actually a fair share of the elevator pitch. I would be really happy. I'm
just play Roach Racing every day.
More than anything, it's fun. I mean, it's a nice break from the hardcore like tech. It's fun.
But why? Let's put the. I feel like if you say like, oh, it's a nice. Maze Runner was the game, so I kind of see the Maze Runner of the cockroach. So let's put this aside because remember, like Deck.Friends was a nice deck as well, but it was like for 2 weeks. So what is this? What is the upside of abstract? Can I get like this solid stuff, like the upside of the
XP towards future airdrops? Like obviously the Pudgy Penguins airdrop was pretty large, and the Penguin holders did really well, but so did OG Sol users, OG ETH users, people who held the rods and the little Pudgies, things like that. And so all this farming on abstract chain is towards XP, and I think it's towards future airdrops, right, Axel?
So maybe Theo, you can show us the Eigen Layer. Show us Eigen Layer chart.
I can't because I'm in Canada, so Eigen Layer was completely banned from Canada.
On TradingView, like the chart, because Eigen Layer was farmed so heavily. It was again kind of like
your screen is broken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Eigen Layer was same thing. Like everybody were air.
Eigen Layer is not looking too good here on the daily.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, there's no abstract coin.
There is an Abster coin if you go to trade.
But it's not it's not an actual, like, it's not like a...
It's not a governance token. It's just like a fun meme coin.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry for being the villain.
No, not villain. It's good to be curiosities and...
There's the PENGU token, of course.
Because I've seen on X. I'm active on X. I've heard like abstract this and that, but I'm like, I only heard like abstract as a campaigning word. I never heard like abstract fixes this.
Look at PENGU token.
Yeah,
over the last few days.
Every coin will bounce at some point.
Oh, shouts out to Nakuda with the raid. Big ups.
So abstract is a ETH layer 2.
Yeah, it's an ETH layer 2. It's an ETH layer 2, and it's just the SDK. It's made for developers. I mean, I'm making an app, an ecosystem for games on there, and it was so easy, so simple to set up the wallet connections and the authentication, because it's no pun intended, but it's really abstracted from the layer 2. You really, I think maybe that's why they call it abstract, but their SDK and everything is so proven with Ethereum, and the way they built on top of it, just like enable to connect their wallet or to build interactions with the XP and the app. It's just simple for developers. It's just they give a very clean API, and it just works. So it makes it inviting for people to make cool stuff on there. Now, the stuff on there, some of it be scams? Sure. Could some of it take off? Sure. Could some of it go to zero? Sure. But for me,
I'm not even looking about the scams, because everything has a scam. Bitcoin has a scam website. Everything.
Scams,
it doesn't. I don't care, but I'm more concerned about the sticking of users. Is there a reason to be on abstract? Why abstract is different from Avalanche, from the AVAXs? Why is different for any other like
I was a little bit doubtful like you at the beginning, and I was invited by a good friend, and if you start going in there and being in their Discord and talking to people, you'll see that it's a very fresh crowd that's very passionate. So it's almost like they built a subculture that's very you
know what, if the blockchain doesn't fix any issues or problems, or doesn't do any convenience, the being passionate will die off at some point. Just
the convenience is that it's so easy to, look how easy look at what Theo's doing with if you just watch his screen. The abstract wallet, see how quickly he could just interact with things just like that. And the interactions are transparent. You can set up a wallet with your with a Google email.
Is
Solana
much less? Is
less
Solana
friction.
much?
It's very simple to create a wallet, to set up and to fund it, with it being an ETH layer 2. But it's just simple to interact with, especially with So it's like for
convinced, because the reason is that it's novelty. Theo, as we know that Theo is in a good place. He has this time to play around, and But let's go back to the everyday people who are trying to get ahead, make money. Does the abstract money for him? Why should everyday mom and pop use the abstract? Is the fees lower? Why?
It's not a very elegant ecosystem for like holding funds. Like I find this whole wallet a bit clunky. Like it's this gigantic web wallet system, and you end up dumping all your money into BigCoin and making 30 cents a day. It's not great there.
Oh, is the Bitcoin from Astra? Yeah, because I was just listening.
Bitcoin,
Like a week.
It's bigger than Bitcoin. And then there's live streams. If you're a live streamer, you can get involved. Although I applied to become a creator, and I have not heard back from them yet, so I'm not really sure what they need from me to become a creator.
Do you have any
they have lottery tickets
from Bitcoin?
What's that?
Bitcoin. Do you have any? No, Aksel. Do you have any
Bitcoin? Yeah, I'm mining a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this like you mine some coins and stuff and this and that.
Yeah, it's basically a game miner. You're not really mining, but it's a simulated miner. And we'll see. The price has been very fluctuating. Right now it's very low. I'm just gonna hold it and see what happens.
You got to get your game on this Discover page, Aksel.
Yeah. Once we launch, it'll be
Spotlight.
Right now it's live, but it's a soft launch. We need to test it. I need you guys' help to test it.
What's your game?
It's a terminal. Yeah, it's a terminal.
I have to be honest. I've seen it. It kind of those game. It kind of gives me like those mini clip vibes, like Bubble Trouble on mini clip. Like, yeah, it was popular at some point of time. Everybody played it, but
what I made is I made a game.
There is no like financial incentive to stick around. I'm sorry for being really aggressive or really like this.
No. I mean, I think the incentives are there. Like
I am outsider. I'm outsider.
Yeah.
I want to hear, like, give me the let's see, why should I be in Bitcoin? Bitcoin is simple. It is the most used blockchain on the world, and it doesn't inflate. So we have this like the circulating supply, just barely under 21 million. It's like this gold of nowadays. I am really into RUNE. You guys know THORChain. THORChain is trying to fix the problem of cross-chain swaps. They're at the moment the leaders. And again, so what is the abstracts, the view or abstracts, the bull case? Why should I be really? And if you say like, oh, it's going to be the fastest L2, I've seen that story so many times. Like, Polygon is the fastest L2. But what is sell me the abstract? Why I should be interested in abstract? And I'll try to counter argue with you. So
what do you think, Theo?
Why should you get involved with abstract? Well, I mean, yeah, like if you did well on the previous airdrop with PENGU, then
I don't care about airdrops. Right? I'm coming in as a cockroach.
Well, then you've just answered your question. You don't care about airdrops.
No. I think airdrops are an initial way to milk the like this hype or something like I wanna come in, like let's say abstract launched 5 months ago, and I wanna be like a new user there. I don't wanna be exit liquidity. I wanna like why I'm here, because if you come now to THORChain, you don't come to as a exit liquidity. You come for the future. Like they have more chains. XRP in May, they have ADA and Solana coming upcoming months. Like there's fees coming there. There's value to extract. I don't want to be exit liquidity for abstract. So I'm asking, what's the future? Why should I be?
Well, I mean, if you want to get, we want to get a little more technical. It's built modular from the ground up. So the execution and consensus layers are separate. So
Dimension, Cosmos, Dia as well, modular.
Yeah, it's like Cosmos.
Nothing happens. It's amazing. We have the Dimension was like a Spotify of Cosmos. Nobody built on there, and you get -99. I got -99 as on Cosmos as well with Dimension. So that's why I'm like kind of
attacking all those points. The abstract global wallet makes cross app interaction seamless and universal, so there can be cross interactions between apps built on abstract. So that's very good.
Having this, like, what do you mean, like having this wallets on abstract? Like nobody cares if you.
The wallet itself is a smart contract.
Yeah.
So it's built so the abstraction is natively built in, so it's not an add-on like ECR 4337. The wallets are contracts by default, so users can batch transactions, sponsor gas, and customize authentication, and the passkeys are biometrics. So that makes it easier and simpler for it's a consumer first ecosystem.
But what perks as a, like, let's say I'm Coca-Cola, but the Sprite coming to abstract, what do I gain from using abstract? I didn't take part in. I didn't. Let's say I'm the outsider. I didn't get the airdrop. I didn't get any perks of being the first in. I am coming in as a 2 months too late. But why should I be there? Is it faster? Is it better? Is there more apps? Is there liquidity?
You didn't get the PENGU airdrop?
I didn't get the Pengis. I'm just like, I'm thumbs up in my ass. I'm just like, hey, I'm a new guy here. Why should I use abstract? Why not just ETH? ETH is being super cheap nowadays.
Yeah, give us the elevator pitch.
Yeah, why should I? I don't want to play the. I don't want to play the.
Your first question was about brands, right? So global brands, it's seamless for them. There's no wallet to download. There's no seed phrase. They can onboard millions of users without having to explain crypto.
Hey, I came in with the Phantom wallet. I have a wallet. I'm good. Why extra? Why should I?
Maybe you might not be the target audience.
Who is the target audience? I came through Coinbase.
It's new people to onboard.
Moonshot. I come through.
It's non-coiners. New people.
So what's on there for?
New people go from Coinbase, Moonshot. They go Phantom Wallet. They go the Kraken. How do I end up into abstract? What's the spiel there?
Well, we'd have to dig deeper. I think the best thing is to interact with it. You know, the fact that it's native Web3, and you don't need, the onboarding is so easy and simple. And then also the XP is the participation points. So the participation points do lead to future income.
I am delivering pizza all day. I'm working for Amazon, Uber Eats. I don't have time for the XP. I wanna know what abstract will make my life better. That's my main concern. Because when I buy Bitcoin, I know it makes my life better.
Rektech is part of abstract too, and you can win like a Rolex watch and a Pudgy Penguin and all this stuff. Like you got to play a Rektech every day too, right?
I can make the click if the incentive is just come there, make a click per day. I guess what, but then the issue is that I'm coming in for the click, and as soon as the Rolex is gone, I will never come back to abstract.
Did you mint a ticket for the abstract games?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just trying to be honest. Like I'm done with all those bullshit blockchains and like this frustrate. I don't want to be like, this is the blockchain that makes it makes the next leap. It acquires more users. Okay, maybe it acquires more users for a second or two, but like, for example, ETH has been sitting like 7 years, no profits. I don't want to be that guy. So that's why I'm being somewhat aggressive. I don't want to be actually downing you guys. I'm just I'm the counter argument. So,
devil's advocate. I love it.
Yeah.
Don't take it to be the RUNE report, right?
Yeah. Don't take it as a bad way. So I'm just here to understand. And there is actually really few blockchains that I've liked, like PENDLE, RUNE, BigCoin, and in somewhat ETH as well. But clearly now you have to be careful with ETH as well. The market share of ETH has been like gobbled up by Solana and other layer 2s. I mean layer 1s, I guess. So yeah, that's why I asked this. Before I dip my toes into abstract, I want to have this like really good reason. Like, hey, bro, you're missing out.
The best elevator pitch is that abstract is building the cities, the interactive apps that are fun that people can use. So it's starting with games, but it's not the pipelines. The hardcore pipelines for swapping in and out of chain. That's THORChain. It's very respectable. But what abstract is building, it's building the consumer layer. So it's building the abstraction layer on top, where a regular iPhone app or a regular game can give you points and participation and loyalty that can later be swapped for.
I don't like the idea of participation and points, because that means that you're just pushing for there is no business case.
Why is there no business case?
How
like,
does
is
abstracting
the whole
money?
point of crypto just swapping coins around? That's no
It
fun.
That's
No,
what.
no.
That's
I
why I
mean,
like
that's how it
investment.
starts. But later in a Web3 decentralized world, where an NFT gives you access to a certain merchandise, to a club, to airline points, where like that stuff actually starts bridging over into the real world. That's what abstract chain is. It's a place where builders and creators can start laying down the frameworks, and the interactions are so easy. So later on, yeah, you say, well, why would Coke or Delta points? I mean, there's a case for them to bring their entire Delta points to abstract and have them be more fungible. You can.
I have to be honest. I fly not Delta. I'm from Europe. I fly Turkish Airlines, and each time I take Turkish Airlines, I don't care about points at all. I just want to get from Estonia to Istanbul, from Istanbul to Philippines, and from Philippines to Spain. So I don't care about points.
But the
Those
points
points
you
are
can fly for free. I mean, I've used points to fly for free or to stay at hotels for free, because that's
beer, please.
a whole nother economy. The points. So
Yeah, but the point is it's privilege. I mean, I assume that most of my people from my country, they don't fly every day, every year, even. So it's like this perk of the perk, like rich of the rich. Like they can collect their
that's
points.
for Delta. I mean, that's just the case for why a company would come on the chain.
So, hey Axel, I have a question. So like in your day-to-day, if like other than building your game, like you're interacting with abstract in like a day-to-day way? Like can you do stuff on there, like like get coffee or that kind of, is there
no
that
coffee,
sort of
on
interaction,
chain.
like daily interaction kind of?
Yeah, right now you go to the page and you can join their Discord, and also I applied to stream on there, but it takes a little while. And you interact with, you can meet people on there virtually. You can play games, and that's kind of where it starts. Also, people went to Walmart and they bought the penguins that have a QR code. I didn't get one, but I know people who did, and with the QR code, you can then get an NFT that people sell in Magic Eden or in other places. And actually they made a lot of money. The PENGU, NFTs were a craze, and that was, it was first started on Solana, I think, and the PENGUs were, not something that was that great. And the guy Luca Nets came in, he took over. They bought them out, and they injected millions of dollars in very strategic marketing and very very planned way to promote them. And then the Pengus became very popular, and they're also a gate status symbol. Like, it's a gatekeeping thing, so that you can get certain privileges on their Discord to talk about different things. It's like people are building their tribe, and what abstract is giving, it's giving people a platform to build your tribe and to find your voice. So it's something where it's happening organically, but the framework was made so that it's easy, much easier, without having to know anything really about crypto, to participate in abstract.
But there has been so many L2s that are almost dirt cheap, and why abstract is different?
That's a very good question. I think it's the leadership and the fact that their community is very vibrant.
That's not a good argument. Because there's no, I feel like that's not a good argument.
No, maybe it's not. But what's the secret sauce? Who knows? That's a question of the ages. Why did a certain, why did Disney take off with their cartoons when there was probably millions of other cartoons back in the day which didn't take off? I mean, who knows? They all went by the wayside. I'm sure Walt Disney wasn't the only one trying to make cartoons. You know, but we hear about the.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I
why does
feel
something take off versus something doesn't? You know, then that's more of a question for Malcolm Gladwell. You know, read the tipping point.
it seems like argument like, why didn't this video platform take off and YouTube did? I mean, YouTube took off because they incentivized the uploaders, the downloaders, everybody. So the cartoon as well, like maybe a cartoon is a little bit bad, the example, because it doesn't have like a financial incentive in it. But I feel like the video platform is a little bit better example. Like why, like the what are those other video platforms? Like we had Live League, we had what else we had? What was the main competitors of YouTube? The
Ustream,
Rumble, Odyssey.
Justin.tv.
They are the new ones, but there was the other one, the YouTube kind of slate as well.
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
Vimeo, yeah.
So it's the structure of the incentives. That's why YouTube won. Of course, they had more money to maybe pressure Vimeo as well. That's true. They had more cash.
Well, that's the XP. The XP is the incentive right now.
But XP, oh boy, how many blockchains we have had that had this like incentive, airdrop, XP. Let's see. I will start. Juno was the on Cosmos. Then was the Osmosis. Then was the Evmos. The ETH enabled blockchain on Cosmos. I mean, I could tell you 20 Cosmos blockchains that all died, but they all had airdrops. I got 14 grand airdrop from Juno like long time ago. So and I sold it. I'm happy that I sold it. So the incentive, people, you have to understand, the incentive is people just farm it and they will leave as soon as possible. Having the incentive doesn't mean that they stick. That's my biggest concern.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lesson to be learned. Of course, we have to acknowledge all those that didn't work before.
I think you Theo have other examples as well. Like where did you have been doing like Phil's courses? What kind of incentives have you had and followed? And it doesn't anymore matter. You don't follow the blockchain. There've been many.
Most blockchains fail. 90% of blockchains probably fail.
Yeah.
But I think that Abstract learned from all those failures, and the standardizing.
They learned, and what's the conclusion they came up with?
The user experience. Users actually.
What is the user experience? I'm happy with the Phantom.
Go in there.
I have my Phantom.
Make an Abstract wallet.
I have my Phantom there. I click and clack. It works perfectly. I bought my Trump. I got wrecked. I was happy.
No. Don't get wrecked. Play some games. Play wrecked. It's a game.
It worked as intended. So
you can't tell me you don't like to play some games too.
Can I tokenize my house on Abstract?
No.
What happens when your wallet gets hacked and you lose access to your house and you have to move though? What's up with that?
Spartadex had a game. It tanked.
Play a game. How many games are in Abstract now? Probably like 30, 40. And how many active players? That's another thing. You're seeing how many active players are on chain. Look, there's MegaETH. MegaETH has a way faster thing for games.
Let's see, guys. Theo,
MegaETH looks better but they don't have the community. So who knows?
I think everybody loves a free lunch, and that's what airdrops are, right? Exactly. So we've been farming XP on 30 different networks. Abstract is no different. The games aren't great. Obviously, they're not AAA games. This isn't Elden Ring or whatever. So are people playing the games for fun, or are they playing them to farm the airdrop, right? I think they're more likely this is crypto people trying to farm airdrops. And that's okay. Like a lot of people don't even have any funds, right? So airdrops, their only method of interacting with the blockchain, right? Like maybe they've only got, $10
liquid.
and 2 sticks to rub together. But yeah, airdrops can be really enticing for people. And Pudgy Penguins has a history of really successful airdrops and big airdrops, right? So not everybody can afford even a little Pudgy or even a Pudgy rod. They're quite expensive still. And the Pudgy Penguins are insanely expensive. What, like $100,000 or something to buy a Pudgy Penguin right now?
So Theo, let's get the Pudgy before Pudgy. So let's get the Axie Infinity. Theo chart. Theo, put it. It's Axie Infinity. It was.
I can barely hear you, but it sounds like you're saying Axie Infinity chart.
Yeah, exactly. It was.
Okay, now your mic's better.
Oh,
What's
sorry.
the token? Ronin?
Axie.
There's an actual Axie token. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Axie Infinity.
AXS USD on Bitstamp. All right, here we go.
2018, it was the best performing token.
Where's my Ronin wallet? There it is.
So AXS Axie.
AXS Axie, got it. Yeah, this is it. So we're at 2.5.
Go on weekly. Let's go weekly. Let's look at this.
Weekly. Shout out RomReactor. Welcome in.
Maybe more.
Yo! What's up? What's up?
I hear RomReactor's building some cool stuff.
Guys, I'm so excited. I managed to, I don't know if you guys can see my setup, but basically I managed to fuse my MacBook and my PC together with this neat little open source tool called Input Leap. And basically now I have one keyboard, I have this huge display panel. I split in half. So 50% of it is Windows, the other 50%. So it's like a dual display. And I'm using my Windows keyboard and mouse to basically universally go from one to the other, like smoothly. It's so sick.
Nice.
What's it called?
Input Leap. That's the free open source. It took a little bit of a configuration to set up, but once you just have to configure the Windows privacy settings to allow the Mac to communicate with the Windows, it's smooth sailing. Yeah, you could use basically a universal keyboard and mouse. I don't have to like go to my Mac and then back to this Windows keyboard. It's all in one.
Awesome.
Yeah, the only little weird thing is like to control copy and paste. On Windows, it's Control-C, Control-V. But to get the same, the clipboard is universal, by the way. So if you copy something on Windows, you can paste it in Mac too, which is really neat. But you got to use like Windows C and Windows V, because in Mac it's Command or whatever.
It's option.
Yeah,
okay, right. Command, right.
Yeah, but it's sick. It's sick. I'm so happy. My bad. I'm sorry if I interrupted. Go ahead, guys.
No, it's great.
We were just taking a look at Axie Infinity token on the weekly here. It looks like it's been having a rough time.
So so going back to my main concern about the abstract is that it may be hype and why you focus on the down, like scroll up. We have to focus on exactly. That's, I feel like at the moment it's popular. And the abstract, it's the Axie Infinity of $150, and it will come down. I have zero interest in the token. I don't care if it goes up or down.
Yeah, well, with Axie Infinity, you could look at Ronin, which is the L2 that powers all these games, and it's like at its lows. Like, I don't know if it might go lower or not, but
higher lows.
Well, what are you looking at the BTC or USDT? Okay, yeah, I guess it's higher lows. Yeah, so, but yeah, it's been crashing like crazy, and yeah, could be a good buy. I mean, everything could be a good buy. As long as we don't sell May.
So let's fill in the RomReactor. We had this not heated, but we had this discussion about.
You guys want the bullish news or the bearish news?
No, abstract chain.
Yeah, lay it on us.
Do you have anything about abstract chain?
Abstract chain? What is that? Is that like Aksel or what is that?
We had discussion
Layer
actually
two.
about Bitcoin, BSV, and abstract, and I was kind of bearish on both of those because I didn't see the bull case, I didn't see the use case for those chains. And maybe you, RomReactor, can
I
say
mean,
there's
Bitcoin forks are exactly that. They've been proven to
zero.
fail. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, you can get like if Bitcoin pumps, Bitcoin Cash seems to be the best one, like that everybody likes, and then everything else, I wouldn't even touch. So SV or gold or whatever. In terms of abstract, I don't even know what that is. So is that another Bitcoin fork or what is that?
No, it's a ETH layer 2.
Okay.
Actually, let's give you a time. As I attacked you without knowing anything. So give us this like comprehensive or like this 5-minute why it's special, where it comes from. I want to learn why it's better than any other L2s. I would love to learn why it's better. I don't want to hear what it does. I want to learn why it's better.
What app? Let's see. Let's see what app is actually performing well here. Like, well, what's so special about this chain?
So these are the spotlight apps for today. We got BigCoin, Cambria, Promotion Royale, Multiplier, Roach Racing Club, and Gacha. Roach Racing's kind of like Zed Run. It's like horse racing with roaches. Gacha is like scratch tickets. BigCoin is like simulated 8-bit Bitcoin miners. Cambria seems I can't play it today. It's not in season 2 yet.
Yeah, but do
I
you have
haven't tried
any
Multiplier or
reasons?
Promotion Royale.
Do you have any reasons why I should stick around?
Okay, so it's a gaming chain. It's a chain that's specialized for gaming projects. Now the
I
question,
would say so. And
second
streaming.
question would
Also,
be,
it has live streaming in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 34 live streams right now.
and how
they're
popular
building
are
a
these games? Like,
ecosystem.
I think Abstract, or sorry, the Arena actually did way better in terms of streaming, didn't they? Because people were doing their first streams and getting like 200 consecutive viewers, whereas on Abstract here, I'm seeing the top streamer has 48 viewers, 22 viewers. So I think Arena did way better.
I remember when I used to be a part of the Steemit community, and then there was a fork of Steemit, and then there was this I think Leo token. It was fine. I mean, actually, every stream that I made, it was like incentivized really hard. I made like $90 per stream. And the key thing was how long the stream was. The admins uploaded your stream, and yeah, maybe Aksel can give you more perspective of what.
Yeah, I mean, just a real quick elevator pitch for it. I mean, what they're building really is the rails for blockchain adoption that feel like normal apps. So it's Web 2 connection with Web 3. So you can get onboarded with a Web 2 interface with Google, for example, with your Gmail, and then you have a wallet. So it's an internet-based UX, and there's no token. There's no native abstract token.
So you want to say
that's a strength. They're not hyping a token. They don't have a token.
You want to say that the abstract elevator pitch is that you just 0.0.0 can connect to abstract with your Google account. It doesn't seem invasion for me.
That's basically it. I mean, you somebody can start with just their Google account.
There are so many other things that you can use your Google
Phantom
account.
wallet.
Yeah, you could use on-chain tit. Does that on days basically.
On-chain tit?
No, not tit. Kit. K-I-T.
On-chain kit?
On-chain boobies.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's Web3. It's apps. They're building the rails for people to build. That's what it is. The fact that there's no native token is actually a good thing. They're not trying to pump a token. They're not trying to,
So how does it make it different from Base? Base also doesn't have a token. Base has a lot of liquidity on par with Arbitrum, I believe, and like some of the biggest L2s. It has a lot of traction in terms of users actually making tokens there, pumping them, dumping them. How does it compare to base? Like, because it kind of sounds like it's trying to be base, but
No,
but
I
not
don't
really.
think so. It's not trying to be base. The purpose of it is it's a modular system. It's the abstract global wallet is built so that people can connect and build apps that interact with each other. So there's ownership. You can launch your own app or system with abstract, and they talks to each other without bridges. So the real focus is an app ecosystem: gaming, loyalty, identity, and commerce.
Okay, so it's closer to Avalanche, like Avalanche C chain, and how you can build your own chain on Avalanche. So it's a competitor to Avalanche. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then we can start from there. Let's compare it. So Avalanche, for example, has a lot of big games, like Off the Grid. Off the Grid is actually going to launch their own chain on Avalanche now. I believe Ivan brought it up a week ago or two or something like that, but we still don't know if it's going to be like you can just sell your assets, Off the Grid assets on Traders Joe, and it'll just be universal between all the C chains. I believe it should be, but do they have anything that big? Do they have any partnerships with like AAA games? Because Avalanche is taking the leap forward. They're based from New York. They have a lot of sick partnerships. Whether it's infrastructure partnerships with the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or whether it's AAA gaming. What does Abstract have to the table? Because one of the biggest things I know when you have like two projects like Lido and Rocket Pool, or Compound and Aave. Usually one of them like takes all the like sponsorships and gets really big, and then the other one just kind of like trails in the shadow and really never performs. Maybe it would in an old season, but afterwards it just goes to.
I think from a technical standpoint, the main advantage. I'm a big fan of AVAX too. I love the C chains and I play around with it. I like Trader Joe. I've always liked AVAX. But one thing that Abstract does different than Avalanche is Avalanche gives you subnets where you can build, but it's still tied to Avalanche's core architecture. Abstract is designed to be modular first. So you're not tied to, you can build your own UX, you can build your own settlement. It's a different vision with the Abstract global wallet. So it's made for builders. It's basically like they put the rails and they said, go and build cool stuff. The stuff on there right now, as Theo was saying, some of the games aren't as fun. They're not, but it's so early. Like this is like, it's an experiment and it's so early, and they already have products in Walmart. I mean, from a retail standpoint, to get your product on the top shelves of Walmart is not a small feat. And the fact that their leadership was able to do that, and they have more partnerships and more things coming up, I think with Target and other major box retailers, those are not small things. And the fact that they have that clout and that reach, and that you buy a little, I don't have one here, but actually, I could grab one maybe, but they're little pudgy, little penguins that came in these igloos. I have one here.
Okay, so Pudgy Penguin is Abstract, or
Bitcoin is not on Walmart as well.
So Pudgy Penguin is building Abstract.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the CEO.
That's something. So
these little guys are collectibles that people went crazy. The Walmart shelves got ransacked, and they come with a QR code that has a pair NFT. So this is like the first mass example of you're buying this cute little thing at Walmart. It comes in an igloo, and now you go and you you scan your NFT, and now you have an Abstract chain wallet.
Again, rich people. I mean, it's
rich people at Walmart, man. Come on,
bro.
Luca had money, I believe. Luca, like when he bought that.
Yeah, well,
what I mean by rich people is it's 5 of us. We all have this capability to go to Walmart, buy our groceries, but I think we have to maybe a little bit think bigger.
So my understanding is this Abstract chain is highly dependent on the performance of Pudgy, and how well Pudgy is able to market it, how well Pudgy is going to be able to get builders on it.
Yeah, it's the leading project right now there.
Yeah, Axie
Lord.
Infinity, it was leading project. So Faboof, it's nobody cares. It doesn't make money. It doesn't serve purpose. Bitcoin does serve purpose.
The purpose is entertainment and fun. I mean, the video game industry and the movie industry is
Have you? It is a billion, but
billions of dollars. The industry of fun definitely serves a purpose. Otherwise, what's even the point of anything?
I agree. I mean, once there's like going to be like a nice old season with QE, with like easy money, people are going to get really greedy again. I mean, I'm sure it's going to perform. But like Coke mentioned, it's a valid point. Once that euphoria goes away, and
Bitcoin doesn't need QE. Bitcoin, I mean, South America.
Look, we can't really like Bitcoin has proven itself to be already like top coin. Like it's not going to fall off number one.
We have some active comments.
It's not all about making money, boring finance. Well, I mean, like if you already have money, I guess it's not important to you. But if you want to get money, it's going to be important to you. Or like you want to, not money, maybe you want to get assets that will then work for you to generate money, so that you could either like live your dream life or a comfortable life or family, right? So
abstract is a lot about community.
Yeah, that comment is a little bit off topic, but
the thing
I can't compare it to Bitcoin.
If we are a community as a whole, like we are like this 5,000 people and we're all starving, we don't care about community, guys. We need to eat. Like the community is nice. It's a nice thing to have. It's a nice thing to rally about. We have different type of communities, LGBTQ
What
community,
about THORChain?
Israel community,
what about
US. We have different communities, but community is a community. It shifts.
Yeah, it does. The trends shift, and Coke is 100% right. Like who's to say Pudgy is just gonna be?
But Bitcoin doesn't care about community. It is religion neutral, gender neutral. It is the thing that helps us forward.
Well, I mean, Bitcoin does have a strong community.
Bitcoin is gender neutral.
It's like
it helps us forward as a human pieces. Like it believes the US dollar.
Community is the asset, not the code.
Yeah, Bitcoin is pretty like like solid, but Bitcoin also might have problems. Like who knows? Who's to say once like quantum computing comes out, there could be like some kind of fork of Bitcoin specifically for quantum computer protection.
That's the crazy
other ones will be like, no.
That's the crazy argument.
That's BSV, man.
That's the crazy argument I have had. Like people say, "Oh, but what about the Bitcoin? We have this new like the way to crack the code. Like, what do you mean? Bitcoin is just the one library. We will change the library. Everybody will adapt. We will change the library.
Or
what about the bank?
If it doesn't get adopted.
But what about guys? What about the banks? We have like dozens of like these old dinosaur banks that nobody knows about. How these banks works. Like nobody knows. The banks will die. Bitcoin is just one update. Boom, Bitcoin updated.
Yeah, Bitcoin is able to survive in a singularity than banks are.
But 7 transactions a second, or 10, or how? Like even like
L2s,
even
L2s. We carry. We have our 10,000 million. So Theo has 10 million. I have 10 million. RomReactor has 10 million. We have it in Bitcoin. But every day transaction. If you wanna buy bread, we do it on the L2. I think the idea about Bitcoin, for me at least, it's changed a long time ago. Bitcoin is not going to be peer-to-peer cash, guys. Bitcoin is going to be the money, the gold of the cryptocurrency, and whatever.
Well, I'll be honest with you, we don't know anything about that. Like they could, all we know, the rulers of the world, they can just, at the end of the day, hoard Bitcoin and create a credit system for us. It could be like something like the movie Time, if all we know, and then.
But as soon as this happens, we will ditch Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin goes zero again. So we have defense against this. We have still.
Yeah, if you have Bitcoin, but then they could say something like, "Hey, how did you get your Bitcoin?" Oh, you
No.
you got it
We will
from
go to
Tornado
Wildland.
Cash, or you got it from like you got it from RUNE? Oh, we don't like RUNE Bitcoin. Sorry, we're gonna flag all RUNE Bitcoin as not eligible Bitcoin. And if your wallet
Yep.
touched the RUNE exchange, that's it. You know,
Yeah, but
they could do stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, you know, yes, I would cut Bitcoin from like 20 million to maybe like 15 million, but whatever, they'll control the 15 million and they'll flag the 5 million Bitcoins. The people in power could do whatever the hell they want, you know.
yes, but
So it's,
when this
and it's
when
hard
this
to watch Bitcoin. You can't just watch Bitcoin so easily as you can.
when
with
this happens,
ETH
we will
and-
always just default the system. If the Bitcoin system gets
Yeah.
too centralized, we'll just default the system.
Well, yeah. So it's like you know, I don't like talking too much about the dollar collapse because I cannot. It's very hard for us to fathom the world without
Yeah. Same.
like what
same.
will it be? Will it be World War III? Will it be business as usual and everybody's just going to be okay with it? Will every older person we know will all of a sudden just get a Bitcoin wallet and be like, hey, you know, the banks are going to be like, guys, just transfer all your retirement accounts. We'll just make it, you know, give you a Bitcoin balance and forget about the dollar. But that never happened. You know, I have no idea. So this is
The
like
future
years
is
in the future
definitely
that we don't know.
interesting to speculate. You know what can happen, and if we look at the past, you know, the way the past, you know, what is money? You know, it's the perceived value. It's what I want, that you want, that everybody wants. So it's a really a group think. It's a group mentality. It's a, you know, it's that coming back to the, you know, what you place value on.
There's actually a very interesting anime called Psychopath, and in that anime, they basically have this gun. Everything is based on AI, and then there's this gun that basically scans your IQ, and it right away tells you like, okay, this is Coke. You can only do like computer repair. That's how I classify you. That's it. You go do your computer repair job, and that's it. And your income will be only based on that, and that's it. Coke doesn't like that. Okay, we're gonna put you in a concentration camp, or we're gonna train you to accept that or not. If you don't like that again, boom, that's it. Jail for life. You know. So it's like what kind of system? Yeah, what kind of future system we would have in like a singularity event or in the future? You know, very hard to tell. But Bitcoin is definitely a good hedge for you to be prepared. Where like when that system comes out, then you'll be like, okay, you know, I don't want to follow the system. At least I'll have some Bitcoin, and maybe I'll be able to go somewhere in the world.
I think what Aksel was correct is like, what is money? At the moment, it used to be gold. Now it seems to be it's going to Bitcoin. I don't know if it's going to be our lifetime change from Bitcoin to something else, but
I don't even think in our lifetime we'll see a gold replacement. Like until we start mining asteroids, where gold will become like.
But the term of money, it's always subject. It is always going to be subject of change.
Yeah,
it used to be gold. It's now Bitcoin. It's exactly.
It's
so
USD. It's USD, USDC right now. Like that's probably gonna be the thing for quite a bit.
I would say
it's end
game of the. I would.
In some closing thoughts, I get what I love about these philosophical arguments is I did some econ in university, and it just becomes a philosophical question. You know, it's an intellectual question. You know, what is money? You know, it's what you have that can get you what you want. So, you know, in the future later, I love futuristic energy. So Star Trek, for example. They say there's no money in Star Trek because there's the replicator. You can replicate anything. But then there's some alien cultures that did have money. They came up with something called gold pressed latinum, which was like some other more advanced form of gold that, you know, the Ferengis used with commerce, and somehow it couldn't be replicated, or you could see if it was replicated, you know. So now it's not the original. So that's kind of cool. With it's a big leap, but NFTs, you know, if it's the original minted one, people want something original, something precious, you know. Like it's just human nature. You know, people collect. I still have baseball cards from when I was a kid.
Like your fingerprints or your eye.
But I love them. So anyway, I think it's up to us, the builders and leaders, and these to ask these questions. You know, why abstract chain? You know, I think it's great. I love it that you challenged me on it. But you know,
I will challenge you every day.
Yeah, and I'm learning about RUNE too. I want to, but it's great because if we don't get like locked into these ecosystems and like, I'm like abstract, or you're like RUNE, but open to learn and to see, what are the things that other people see that I might not see, and then explore. I think that's part of the fun of the cryptoverse is there are tribes, there are people who are hardcore Solana, hardcore other things, but I like to learn, so you bring it on. So thank you.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I would encourage you to try building something on their platform. See
Well, I am.
how much it scales.
Yeah,
how many users are there.
On Tuesday.
You can go to it. It's ogsolas.com, and I'll do a plug for my short story book. I sold some more, which is great, but I'm writing an anthology of books. They're short stories, kind of like the ones you would read in high school, but they're just fun. And the first one's about the origin of Bitcoin. And they're written in fiction, short story format. You can get it on Amazon. It's just like $2.99. But the first one's called Fortune Genesis, which is I coined, not to be, no pun intended really, but I coined that term, the fortune, the genesis of your fortune, which might, if you mined Bitcoin way back then and held it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
Anyway, check it out. I'd love to see what you guys think of my book. If you read it and tell me.
I haven't read it. Let's see. Maybe it's since you're so bullish on. I have to be honest. It's the perspective of people. Like I still haven't had any point to look into the your chain, the abstract. I struggle to even have the feel to pick up the book you published. It's just as a human being. There's like a friction there.
Another great way to use it is to go to hackathons. I'm sure like Pudgy, maybe they have their own hackathons. Maybe they'll be sponsoring some hackathons. And over there, you'll be able to communicate with the team. You could use their product, whatever they're building and they want you to expand on. Then you kind of will get understanding of the tech. But the actual gains will only come if you can provide a product or service on that chain and then to grow it. But then again, competition, you never know. Like Helium was on Ethereum and now it's on Solana. So,
yeah. You know what, guys? We all have the same goal. We all want to get ahead in the market. So in that sense, I'm happy we have all 5 of us here. We all want to get ahead. Which one is the correct or wrong way? We don't know. We'll see in the next week. So see you guys in the week.
So, hey, Theo, when's the NFT drop?
I think we're shooting for Tuesday-ish. So, yeah, keep your eyes out for that. We're going to be doing it on Abstract Chain as well.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be dropping on 2 chains? Solana and Abstract? Or
I think it's just on Abstract, as far as I know right now. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can mint music. You can make NFTs of music.
Yeah, we should look into that. Maybe some research for next episode.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you, Theo, for hosting this episode of the
Moon Boys.
Losing money with friends.
What now?
Buying penguins online.
Cool.
Okay, thanks so much, everybody. Okay. Thanks, Esan, RomReactor, Coke, and Aksel for joining. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.
Okay, peace.